The media is the message and the messenger, and increasingly a powerful one.
People learn more from media than any other single source of information. So if we want to understand what's going on in our society in the 21st century, we have to understand media.
If you think about media and technology, they're delivering content that is shaping our society. They're shaping our politics, they're shaping our national discourse, and most of all, they're shaping our children's brains and lives and emotions.
We estimate there's somewhere north of 1 billion people who use the internet every single day. That's just a reach that hasn't existed before in terms of media.
Our kids today live on Facebook and cell phones. The diversity of the platforms means that those images are impacting your kid 24/7, and whatever restrictions existed when we were growing up simply don't exist today.
Girls get the message from very early on that what's most important is how they look, that their value, their worth depends on that. And boys get the message that this is what's important about girls. We get it from advertising, we get it from films, we get it from television shows, video games, everywhere we look. So no matter what else a woman does, no matter what else her achievements, their value still depends on how they look.
You all saw the famous photo from the weekend of Hillary looking so haggard and looking like 92 years old.
Breast implants. Did you have them or not? Because that's all over the internet about you in mainstream media.
I think if you waterboarded Nancy Pelosi, she wouldn't admit to plastic surgery.
The fact that media are so limiting and so derogatory to the most powerful women in the country, then what does it say about media's ability to take any woman in America seriously?
You get a woman in the Oval Office, most powerful person in the world, what's the downside?
You mean besides the PMS and the mood swings?
Media creates consciousness, and if what gets put out there that creates our consciousness is determined by men, we're not going to make any progress.
An aspect of media literacy education that I think many people aren't aware of is the whole political economy of the media. Most media get their revenues from advertising.
This is all about capitalism. The exploitation of women's bodies, cells, products, magazines, etc.
This notion that these media companies are just giving us what the public wants. No, they're giving us what the media companies want, they're giving us what the advertisers want, and they're packaging it in such a way as to make it sound like it's our fault, and it's not.
A lot of advertising is based on making people feel anxious and feeling insecure. The effect is primarily subconscious. It is very harmful, but for the most part, we're not really aware of that.
As a culture, women are brought up to just be fundamentally insecure.
In a world of 1 million channels, people try to do more shocking things to break through the clutter. They resort to violent images, or sexually offensive images, or demeaning images.
It creates a climate in which there's widespread and increasing violence against women.
We're socializing boys to believe that being a man means being powerful and in control. Ooh la la. Being smarter than women or better than women, or our needs get met first in relationships with women. That's not genetically predestined, that's learned behavior.
Boys and little girls, when they're 7 years old, an equal number want to be president of the United States when they grow up. But then you ask the same question when they're 15, and you see this massive gap emerging.
If people knew that Cuba, China, Iraq, and Afghanistan have more women in government than the United States of America, that would get some people upset.
You can't be what you can't see.
Growing up, there was nobody who looked like me on television, so I never dreamed that I could be on television.
To see women leadership in reality and on the screen and television is huge for women, huge.
I got cast in A League of Their Own And I had 13 or 15-year-old girls coming up to me with, oh my God, you have no idea that movie changed my life. I play sports because of that movie. And it really struck me how few opportunities we give women to have that kind of experience watching a movie.
We're creating new leaders, and they're going to not look like how they always did, an older white male. They're going to look like a woman, and they're going to look like people of color, and that is the true reflection of this country and of this world.
The media can be an instrument of change. It can maintain the status quo and reflect the views of the society, or it can awaken people and change minds. It depends on who's piloting the plane.
Keeps beating like a hammer.